25th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now,
Yeah.
Black Ink Radio.
Right, the expectation. So which boils down to my next question. Do you think men and women desire the same thing in a relationship?
No.
Like it's all contingent upon the person of like whatever their desires are. And I guess with the whole thing of compromise between the two, so I don't know. Kev, you look like you got something you gotta say back there.
He said 50-50. Richmo said no. Explain 50-50. Do anybody out there feel like men and women desire the same thing?
1 second.
What the hell just happened?
You putting the Bluetooth up.
Oh.
What you doing with this?
That's Suhail. I'm making sure Suhail get in the ride, in the car.
Yup. Hello?
You froze, buddy.
Are we still froze?
Yeah, I'm straight now. Yeah, I can hear y'all. Y'all ain't froze.
Nah, we had. I was hooking the Bluetooth up so we can hear you the right way. Yeah.
Can you hear me, Chase? Chase, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear it. It's a little lower, but matter of fact, I'm gonna put my headphones in too. Hold on.
Bro, you gotta speak
So
up.
the question was, do men and women desire the same thing? You explain your 50-50?
I mean, I feel like it's 50-50.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
I feel like it's 50-50. I feel like when it comes to the basics, we do. Like, everybody wants love and companionship and, you know, somebody's going to ride or die, have their back. So I feel like when it comes to that, then yes. But I feel like it's no far as, I think when it comes to the external, men and women value different things. Like, I was watching the video the other day, and I think I said it to Chase, when this dude was talking, he was talking some real talk. He said, women, they value the word love. For men, we value the word respect. We don't feel like our woman loves us, only if she respects us.
Facts.
That's the only time a man feel loved by his woman when she respects. That's anybody, period. A man only feel loved by his friend, his woman, his mama, his brother, sister, only when he feel as though they respect him.
Yeah.
To us, respect is love. Women, their word is love. Us is we value respect.
Oh, okay.
That's a fact.
So,
That's why I said
wait.
no.
Okay, so one, I don't think it's a fact.
No,
That's
no,
my
no.
personal opinion. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying, based off of what Kevin said, I said, do they desire the same thing?
I
Not
said
what they
50-50.
wait.
That's it when it comes to the basics.
Not what their value, because value is something different. However, because value, people are taught what they should value. So value is something totally different until a person learns what to value.
You can be taught
What
what
is
you
my
desire,
attribution?
too.
What I always say, and I'm not even a man, even though last week I was in masculine energy. But however, aside from that, my biggest attributes has always been loyalty and respect. You ain't never got to tell me you love me as long as you show me, and I'm a full-fledged woman. So I'm not a man.
But we're
You
talking
understand
from
what I'm
a
saying?
general
So-
consensus, though.
Well, we talking about what you want. So what do you
So
want out of a relationship? You personally?
no. What I said was, do men and women desire the same thing? Desire.
That's
so
what I'm
what?
asking
So
you.
what is
This is
desire?
gonna help my answer. What do you desire?
I desire plenty of things, but the question is getting down to the core of why. Because I was listening to someone in conversation with someone, and they were talking about the amongst us. African Americans, our rates of being single, it's high, at an all-time high, and the divorce rates is at an all-time high. So my question was to get to the core what that problem is belief. It has to be according to belief. Some people believe that they can be happy alone. A lot of people may be fearful from going in and re-enter into relationships. However,
I don't think that's
most
why
of
we're
it
the
could be
high
stemmed from belief. So my question was, do you think men and women desire the same thing? So when you tie into desire, just like based off of what Kevin said, he went into what men and women value. The language can be all messed up. You understand what I'm saying? To where as though we're not hearing each other, and that could be some of the reasons why we're not lasting, because we think one word means something else. So we're talking about desire. You understand? Desire. So do you think that women and men, he said 50, you said no, not value, but desire?
No, I don't think they do.
Okay, can you give an example?
Because I feel like some women, I can't say all, might desire, you know, the whole family setting.
Somebody said can't hear.
You can't hear us? Let us know if you can hear us.
Can Chase hear us?
Chase, you can hear us?
Yeah, I got my beats in, so it's like, yep. But I mean, it's lower though. It's
Chase,
lower.
no, that wasn't Chase that said it. That
No,
was,
I was just checking to make sure he can hear us too.
okay.
Yeah.
What about now? Can you guys hear now?
Well, they're not hearing us through here. They're hearing us through there. So then we have
Okay.
to speak up
So-
for them. That's all.
Oh,
It's
okay.
lower because
Okay.
before it was here, but now it's there.
Okay.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead, Richmond.
All right. For me, I feel like some women, you know, what they want is they want the whole family setting. You know, they want to be a family. You know what I'm saying? I think in today's society, everybody don't want exactly the same thing. I think men, you know, a lot of men want to be successful. You feel what I'm saying? Or there's a lot of men out here now that just want to be free. You know, and there's a lot of women too. So I just think our day and age now is in a space where everybody wants freedom so much that it's messing up our relationships. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like people want to be able to do what they want. They want to be able to hang out with other people. Want to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's a real big mix-up between how relationships and marriages were before and how they are now in a society where everybody wants their cake and eat it too.
So, but, okay. So, did everybody understand that? Low, low. Okay, so they still can't hear. Low, low. So, oh, MJ said
Check,
he's
check.
back.
Can you
MJ
hear
said
me?
he's
Can
back.
y'all hear me on the live?
MJ said he's back. That joint low, low, lower than Flo Rida.
Somebody's rapping.
Somebody's lower than Flo Rida.
Yeah, 'cause it was low. Like I said, I mean, I can hear y'all 'cause I got my headphones and earbuds.
So hey,
He's loud.
greetings.
I can
Can y'all hear
definitely
me?
hear him. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's loud to us too.
Okay, so I'll just have to
Can I answer the question?
project
Oh,
the
that's
voice,
just
I
saying
guess,
reach stick
a
and
little bit louder. But Rich Mo, you were finished with what you said.
I mean, for the most part, I mean, I don't know if I answered your question
No,
well.
it wasn't the answer.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This is what I'm saying. I feel like my answer is still what he said. I think that.
But that was value.
No, but I
not
still
desire.
think that. I still think.
But I
I
used the
think
wrong word, but I meant desire.
I think it's desire. I think it's what we want.
Okay.
Because I want respect in my relationship. I desire that.
What you
Okay,
said, let
so
me
here's the
clarify.
thing. Here's where I'm going with that.
Okay.
I get that, right?
Right.
Right? But so does she, because as soon as you do something disrespectful, she flipping out. So I'm saying, do you desire the same thing? Just because she doesn't say it doesn't mean she doesn't
Can you
want
give me an
respect.
example of desire, please?
Of desire?
Yeah. Because we could desire anything. I could desire sex.
Yes.
I can desire.
Yes, yes,
But I-
that,
but I-
food,
but I
right?
feel like-
Exactly.
Right.
But that's the question. Do you think men and women desire the same
So
thing?
can I ask you a
Yeah.
I
question?
said
Say-
desire.
Yes.
Think.
Can I ask you
Okay.
this question?
Yes.
Do you feel as though, in answering that question, that desire is the appropriate word? And I only
Yes.
ask that because
Yes.
desire fluctuates
Yes, I
depending
do.
on life
But that's why-
experiences,
Yes,
so on and so forth.
because value
Okay.
is one
So
of my
we
next
can
questions.
start off with
So
desiring the same
desire-
thing,
Okay.
but as we grow through life, your desires change.
Your desires can
then we
change.
may not, we may grow apart.
But
But
this
yeah.
is the reason why a lot of relationships are suffering the way that they are suffering, because we are not examining the words that we use. We interpret them as being something else. I said desire. So if we can agree that men and women desire the same thing, you desire to be successful. I'm a woman and I desire to be
Yeah, that's
successful.
right. When you
understand
said, when
what
you
I'm saying?
explain what
So
desire is, that's why I'm about to
is
say to you.
something
The
totally
answer to that
different.
question is yes.
So
And
right.
there's no
That's why I
variations
said
of it. It's just
50-50.
yes.
Right.
If
right.
desire is what I thought it
Desire.
was, It's yes.
Right.
Desire is everything. Desire is I wanna lay with you at night together.
Right.
Desire is I wanna hug you when I see you. I wanna kiss.
But
We all want
that's
the
why
same
I say
thing.
it's 50-50 because it's like, you know, I think when it comes to the basics, we all desire the same.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a little different, like a little extra stuff that I may desire that she may not, and vice versa.
Well, that ties into
But I mean, when it comes to the 50-50 of it, we all want love, we all desire love, affection, we all desire to ride or die, so on and so forth. So yes, we all desire the same thing.
Well,
Right. Okay.
I think Uncle was gonna say something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
You were gonna say
You
something?
said you wanted to answer the question.
Yo,
Can you hear?
Yo.
Okay, so we can come back to him.
You want to say something?
Go ahead. You want to say something before I read what the?
I can hear you.
So communication. Men and women want the same things.
What's the
We
question?
are not talking truthful to each other. I agree. Honest, real talk, and I agree. And we're gonna come back and visit that in a few seconds. We're gonna let Uncle MJ go. MJ, the question was, do you believe that men and women desire the same thing?
And we're talking about relationships, right?
It can be relationships in life. Yes. Do we desire the same thing?
No, I think we have different desires. I think want-wise, needs, and different things like that is two different things. So desire-wise,
No, yeah. We're not separating desire.
Desire and
We're
want
just
is the same
talking.
thing.
Yeah, we want and desire. Right. It's pretty much the same thing. We're talking about, do men and women desire the same thing? And the reason why this question was asked is because we are speaking about relationships amongst us today, and why there's so many single men and women in our race, and we're examining the relationship. So because we started off, and Chase mentioned communication as being key to the relationship, my question was, do you think men and women desire the same thing? And that's just desire.
okay, so the reason why people single, or I'm saying, well, people are, I guess, single because they're a pain in the butt, okay? Most people out here
No,
are pain in the
that's-
asses. Okay, that's the first thing, though. I'm just saying.
No. We're not talking about that. We're talking about, do men and women desire the same thing?
Oh, we're back on that. Okay, I thought you said why people single. Okay.
No. That's the gist of what we're talking about. But the
Okay,
question
gotcha,
that we're on
gotcha.
now is, do men and women desire the same thing?
I don't think men and women desire the same thing. I think we cut from different cloth as far as so if you saying in a whole, if you're saying like in totality, yeah, I think people want the same similarities or desire the same things as far as like love and peace and happiness. I think that's a desire that we share, but
that's it right there.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
the
okay.
that's the
I would
desire.
agree with that.
Because that's
I
the
would agree with
desire.
that.
Anything other than that is, once you enter a relationship, is dealing off of characteristics and personality and what I prefer and what you prefer.
Okay,
You understand what I'm
there
saying? But the
So, yeah,
desire could be, it's
right.
broad.
So, yes, love. I think we all desire love, peace, and happiness. Peace of mind.
Right. And
Love,
respect.
happiness. Yeah.
And respect.
I think we equal. Respect.
Now, when you
Respect.
get into those titles, when you get into those titles, we can talk about who desire what more. But you know what I mean, and that's still, I guess, based off of a person. But before we move on, Chase had a question, and then I wanted to elaborate on it. I think that was not.
I was just going to say, like, also another thing. I don't know if anybody touched on it, but I feel like maybe another thing that differs between men and women is like women, they want security, where a man, a desire, he wants to be able to protect and be, you know what I'm saying, like he wants to feel like he's in charge, where like he can provide, he can protect. Is that like an ultimate thing? 'Cause I feel like that's
I
a
wouldn't
lot of
say
men's
that
desire.
was I would say that was inaccurate, because
I would disagree.
Because men want security. They want to do what they want to do, and they want to know that their women is at home doing what they expect them to do. They want that security.
elaborate?
Yes. Go ahead.
No, I feel like that's wrong. I feel like that's where it come back to us wanting the same thing. We have to get out of thinking that one thing must mean one thing when it can mean multiple things. Men want security just like we want security. Our security is knowing that our wife is at home with the kids is good, we got a home cooked meal when we go home, we got peace and quiet. That's our security. The woman's security is she knows how many out there working, paying the bills. Our protection is knowing that our woman protecting our kids. That's our protection.
Right.
Our woman protecting our kids, protecting our name by acting a certain way. She's not out here embarrassing our last name, protecting our image because she's acting a certain way, so on and so forth. Their protection is the same thing as well as beating somebody if you got to. Like, so we literally want the same thing. We just want it in different ways. So one thing don't have to mean one thing.
Right. And it's not even, I don't even think it's wanted in different ways. It's actually the same. Because you explained it well. If you're in a relationship and it is family, his security comes from knowing that she's there teaching the children, handling her part that she do while he's outdoors doing what needs to be done for the home. So if he's secure and his wife, that if something go down, she's going to protect them children. She's going to protect that home in his absence. You know what I mean? So the security is the same thing. Just like she's secure, he's out there working, doing what he has to do for his family. And not, vice versa. The same thing at home, as he said earlier, messing up the name. If that makes sense.
I just want to say that to everybody. Equal do not equate balance. And we always get that mixed up. But it's not. They're mutually exclusive.
Okay. And
MJ got to mute his.
MJ, mute your phone. MJ, mute. I'm sorry, Rich. MJ, mute. Men want security. It may not be financial like a woman. Hold on, Ash. Before I get to you,
right there.
Men and women want the same thing. We are. Okay, so what I want to touch on before we move to the next question is what Lex. I believe that's what that says that men and women want the same thing. She believes, but we are not talking truthful, and I have to say that I second that because I don't believe that there's a lot of truth talk in relationship. I truly believe there's a lot of putting on an image of what you expect the other person want, and there's nothing wrong with that to a degree. However, it still needs to be some truthfulness in that. I don't believe that women actually are as honest in ways to say what they're comfortable with and what they're not comfortable with out of fear of losing the relationship and portraying an image based off of what he thinks. You have a selection of women out there who, at this point, they don't really care what men think or anything else for that nature. So I get that. But the majority go along to get along. They're not truthful. And vice versa with men. I think a lot of times as they grow in relationships as well, as someone said earlier, people desire change. Right? As time grows, you want different things out of life. Some people stay the same. And understanding that, I think that men don't often express how they feel, and they kind of do things that want to be away from the relationship, and opposed to coming flat out and saying it, they do tactics that just, push her over the edge, and it ends up being a bad break, opposed to just being honest. And then I know some situations where the men is honest, and the women don't want to let go. And they do everything to hold on, and do everything over there, and then give him a bad name when he actually told you where he was. Like it or not, good, bad, and indifference, you kind of caused the bad breakup.
I seen both.
Yeah, so I seen both too. So I truly believe that there's not enough honesty. There may be communication, but there's not honesty in a relationship. And which falls into my next question was, how many of us believe that our upbringing, what we were taught, plays a big part in what we expect from our partners in our relationships, and how honest we can be in our relationships in the roles that we play. Who want to start there? Excuse me.
I think on that. I was really just saying and feeling all that. I was saying like how just my belief system or just how I was raised, it really kind of kept me in just some ways of like, deciphering like, oh man, I can't do this. If I do this or if I even feel this way, I'm wrong. But it's just like, like I said again, I believe in the power of communication and being able to at least honestly express myself. Now, sometimes you might say some things and the other person might not agree with it. But look, I'd rather tell you than be out here living a double life and then really fuck you up. You know what I mean? So I just believe in telling the truth. But yeah, that whole way of, like growing, of growing up in certain ideologies and learning certain things, definitely I feel plays a major part in that. At least for me, it has.
Okay, go ahead, Rich. What you think?
I was just cause seeing certain examples and things like that is like, everybody else might be that, but how, like, who's to say that that's how your thing, is supposed to play out? So a lot of times, I feel like we do things out of just what we learn, out of learned behavior. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. So.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Go ahead, Rich. What you think?
I was gonna say I kind of agree too. I feel like you said, when you grow up watching things be a certain way, you feel like it's supposed to be that way. Like I feel like when you have men that abuse their women or women that get abused or vice versa, and they stick around because they seen their parents do it and they think that's love, or when you see your parents stay together and you might want to leave somebody, but you won't leave them because you think you're supposed to stick it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of things that I think your upbringing can do to actually have a big impact on your relationship that you have because of what you saw when you was young. And you might think that if that's all you know, then you're going to think that to be true if you ain't seen nothing else. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like for me personally, my upbringing definitely played a role in how I view my relationship or what I want and don't want. Shout out to Ash because she said seeing my parents made me realize what I didn't want more than anything, and I agree with that. Like,
it's still an impact, though.
Yeah, it's impact, but it made me see what I want and what I don't want. Like, prime example, I'm big on servitude. I want my woman to serve me a plate. I grew up watching that. I think that's just the flyest thing ever as a man, to have your wife bring you your plate of food. I don't understand it. I don't know why it's such a big thing for me, but I watched that happen to my uncles. I watched my mother serve my stepfather. Like, that's just my thing. I want to be served my plate. But at the same token, I would serve my woman her plate too. Like, I'm fair game. Like, I would bring you your plate as well.
If you sick,
but
if you sick or your
and
fingers
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But see, I think what do you say?
He's only if she's sick or her fingers broke. He gonna serve her.
Both serve each other. I'm gonna get your plate.
No, when I cook, I serve her. If she cook, she serve me. But like at family functions and stuff, I'm sitting down with the men while I serve. I was like, baby, go get that plate. Like
that plate, man. Act like you know.
Listen, I'm telling you.
And I don't think anything wrong with that as long as that's communicated with your mate. I think for men to automatically think that my woman is supposed to serve me can be a form of disrespect to a woman. Because what if you have a woman who is raised totally different? And this is why back then it fell under class. Because if you had women that was of a certain class, men catered to her. Two different things. You understand? So
if
you
they
get
had
a
somebody else catering to her.
Right. So if she dropped down and say, okay, I'm going to step out of my class and date someone else, she could be expecting that same person to actually do the same thing. Correct, so expectations change. So if you have that conversation, you know what I mean? I like to be served because some people like to be served because I don't have a problem with serving, but I like to be served also. So it's like if you surprise me with a dinner and you cooking, I'm all for it. Like,
I ain't happy.
I'm happy. But for the majority of the time, I'm okay with serving.
And I'm like that because I like I said, I like to cook for my lady and bring her her plate and watch her smile when she tastes how good the food is. So I like to serve as well.
Talk about it.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. I definitely, like I said, as a man, it's like I said, I don't know why, but ever since I was a kid, and I used to get mad the fact that my mom would feed my stepfather first, or like my grandfather. Like, no, give me my food first. Like, so I don't understand what it was as a man. I just think there's nothing
You wanted the big piece of chicken, huh?
Yeah, you damn right. Like,
you have a whole problem.
I just think it's nothing flyer as a man to just sit there and your wife looking all good, bring your plate of food that's looking all good as well. Like, y'all both look like a meal.
That's that's
it's
a
just fly to
desire.
me.
Right, that's a desire.
It's a desire, man.
It's a desire, because
Right.
I know women feel the same way. It's nothing more attractive. And there are women that feel the same way than a man that does the same thing. Chefing in the kitchen,
Cook and bring
doing
the
over
food.
there. And
That's
not
why-
only that, if he can sing, write poetry,
You
you're
feel
like,
me?
oh. Listen, we Bonnie and Clyde up in here. Women desire the same thing.
I agree.
Same thing. Hands down.
Hey,
That's a man right
hey,
there.
Mind your business.
That was cute. Don't want no more than.
I want to ask you a question.
Seeing appearance
when-
made you realize that I didn't want
We touched on
more so than anything else. I don't know if I understand. Yeah, that's true too. Some men and women, Ashley says some men and women don't truly know what they want. That is so true. That's why when you jump into relationships younger, if you're not in a narcissistic state at that time, it can actually teach you. You can actually learn from relationships because it'll teach you a lot about yourself or what you like, what you don't like. You'll think you want something, then when you're in it, you're like, I'll pass.
Mm-hmm.
So that is true. And then I'm not sure if I understood.
No, we ready.
The right.
Go ahead, Chase. What you wanted to say?
Oh, go ahead.
So I wanted to put this question out there, Sage, and any of the live out there. So I had posted a meme a couple weeks ago, and it was like a little funny joint from Planet of the Apes, and it was a voiceover where the dude leaned over to the dude's ear and said, "Let me borrow $20 for tomorrow." And the caption was, I guess it's like how dudes be with their chick or something like that. Anywho, a female commented on my story and said, "Ooh, that's disgusting. She's like, I hate shit like that." And like I was thinking to myself, like, it was a joke. Like, what are you talking about? So my question is, like, just that mindset, and even your spouse, like the whole thing with like borrowing stuff like that. Like, 'cause she totally was like, "No, I think it's like it's what do you call that?" She's like, "I think it's very
Unattractive.
I forget the word that she said a certain word. I can't remember.
Something
but
that probably
she
degrades you
was
as a
like,
man.
Yeah, she was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's just like basically like low as a man. Like if you gotta borrow something from me because it'll become a habitual thing. So my question,
Wait,
yeah, like
borrow?
if-
What
Borrow
the fuck? What's
what?
wrong with
Money,
that, though?
borrow money.
What's wrong with that?
Let
See?
him
I don't like
let him
that.
Wait,
finish the
hold on.
question.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Let me
bad.
finish.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, you're right. Because I was
Finish
trying.
your-
No,
finish
I was
your
trying to
question.
understand what you meant. Borrow as in anything. I
Yeah,
mean,
because
it,
No,
I,
borrow
don't,
as far as
started
money.
from a joke.
Yeah.
It all started from a
I don't
joke,
think there's
so
anything
it
wrong
was
with
a-
men borrowing money. I don't think anything is.
Right,
I think that's.
But she was basically trying to downplay like a man should never have to ask me for money because he's not getting it.
Well, I think once again,
Shout out to her.
that could be conditions in how she was raised. That that's one of the things I'm saying. Some people grow up to actually believe that if a man can't provide, then he's worthless. If he can't protect you, then there's no value. But realistically, is that what it is? Because
All right,
suppose
but
your
then I
husband's
just
in an
think-
accident and he can't walk no more. Does that
And I-
does he
yeah,
lose
and-
his
and-
value?
You gonna drop me.
And that's what I.
And the
that's
woman,
what-
vice versa. That's just like after she had babies and
That's
gained weight and everything else, does she lose her value?
No, and that's the thing. And the reason why I would get mad at something like what you just said is because the whole joke was, let me borrow $20 for tomorrow.
It's a
It's
joke,
a
yeah.
joke. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's many times where I be like, yo, I might have to send somebody something, or I might have to give somebody something, and my money might be over here. It's not in the right spot, and I just might need you to give it to me, and maybe I can send it to you, or you understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes
Listen, I'm not
I got multiple accounts, so sometimes you know what I'm saying. I might not have it in my Cash App. I might need to send a nigga something. Send me.
I think it's just I think what you guys said is true. How we were raised, tradition, religion,
That's
a bunch of
sad,
stuff
though.
plays a part in
It
how
is,
we
yeah.
actually grow up and interact in relationships. I don't think
Live,
there's
I agree with
anything
that.
wrong with that because a lot of things, and then a lot of the things, content that we listen to and look at shapes that, because I never forget having a conversation, and don't get me wrong, that was one of my favorite songs, because I don't want no scrub either. However, shout out to B. Wait, but my point is, what? I mean, not scrubs, right, I did just give TLC B.
Oh, you did.
So did Rich TLC. No,
and that's your time.
No, Bills, right, because that was my next one. Bills, and then no scrubs. But the part that they were missing was, it was the type of man that they were speaking about. You running up my phone bill and then denying it. It was no accountability. Exactly. It wasn't for men in general. It was a type of man.
Broke niggas.
No, not necessarily broke, because every broke man don't want to run up your stuff. You got some real broke men that have
it's the
value.
broke man that's asking, not like it's not like a nigga saying, yo,
no, not
let me get
necessarily.
more like a bum. Let me not just say broke nigga, a bum.
No, not even bum, since we correcting words. Because you can have a bunch, that's like the person who can afford to buy something in a store and still steals because they can get away with it.
But when we say bum, a bum means somebody that's not trying to better themselves.
Oh, okay. So we're speaking street terms.
Yeah, that was not a real
bum.
Bill,
he wasn't a broke dude. He was just a bum.
He was a bum.
Because he wanted to use your money. He wanted to use your cell phone.
Right. He didn't have no intentions of doing nothing.
He wanted to use you.
Right.
He a bum.
So we can't equate that to, you know what I mean, the men out there that has potential and that's actually trying to do something with themselves, even if, they can't afford it.
I just want to say this, and I tell every man this. I tell my homeboy when it comes to women. If you can ask me for it, I can ask you for it. I'm sorry.
I agree.
My point is this. Listen, I'm not about to be with no chick who I can't ask you for no bread. And
I agree.
And I'm the type of dude, I don't like ask females for money. But like I said, things happen. And Richmond, I get what you're saying, but if I gotta explain to you why I need to borrow this money, I don't want you either.
Because
my thing is,
now I think
I need a couple dollars. So and so. I mean, as long as it's drastic.
Oh, no.
I get what you. Why I need $20.
No, I'm not talking about that. No. But here's my thing. I think,
come on, $20.
So this is where I think the confusion is, because that's fine. You can ask. One, what actually matters is length of time you know the individual, the connection and relationship. Because if somebody asks you for $20 every week, you're going to want to know, why are you borrowing $20 from me every daggone week?
Well, as long as you pay it back.
But I'm saying...
No, not necessarily, because that's just people that... I know somebody that do that, but that's the residual bank that you done turned into.
Yeah, I still be like,
I know people that actually do that. So... and that's not even a man. That's a woman. I know a woman that actually like, why do you need $20 every daggone week?
Yeah,
I get back Tuesday and turn back around and borrow it on Wednesday. Like, what? Let me help you do something other than that. Yeah, that's just because you messing up my daggone stuff, sending this petty money back and forth. You messing me. I don't have time for these petty money.
My thing is this: as my lady, whatever you need, if I got it, you got it.
I agree.
And I need the same reciprocation.
I
need the same reciprocation.
That's what I'm saying.
If I need it from you and you got it, I need you to give it to me.
Okay.
Let me get that
same reciprocation.
No, I agree with that too.
Yeah,
even if it's that. No, even if it's that. I agree. No, I'm totally in agreement with that.
I'll give you any organ I can give you if I love you and you mine.
So,
pass that.
Let me ask this since we're there on that. So, how many of us truly can deal coming into a relationship in a millennium, right? Mm-hmm. In a relationship, weighing each other weaknesses and strengths, right? Based off of our raising, based off of our upbringing, based off of where we want to be in the future, but based off of where we at right now, that can actually handle if your woman is the better breadwinner and you're better with raising. Who can deal with that? Most of the time, I think a woman can, but a few men I ask that question to has a problem with that.
I can't.
So I'm asking you, but no, I'm not saying you can't. I said not as if that's what it is. I'm saying if that's one of the strengths. If your woman makes more money than you, do you have a problem with that?
No.
Do you have a problem with it, Chase?
No.
Do you have a problem with it?
No.
Get your money, man.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, so
Let
that's
me borrow
general.
$20 to the mall.
Let me buy $20. We're gonna be battling though. We're gonna just know I'm at your neck though. I'm coming.
But I'm just saying though, if for chance, say you have a woman, just like if you have one that can't cook or is not a great nurturer because she can make bread, but she wasn't taught how to nurture. She come out of foster care. She don't know any of that. Y'all started a family. You had a little bit more nurturing, so you're better with the kids nurturing. You know what I mean? So if she say, you do this, babe, you got this, and I got us on the bread.
No.
Why? Explain that.
Because I'm just not the type of nigga that's gonna lay around and let you take care of me. That's not gonna happen. And if I'm good with the kids, I'm good with the kids. But if you working and you making more money than me, you could pay for a damn babysitter. Even I might be the nurturer when we home. You know what I'm saying? And there's no, we both home, we both finished working. I'll nurture the kids when it's, when we home. But if I gotta go to work and you gotta go to work, I'm gonna work. I'm not gonna stay home and just take care of kids. That will never happen.
Okay.
You feel what I mean? I don't even like to say never, but guess what?
So wait,
I'm not doing that.
You're good. So,
Sorry,
and he's
no
not
passion.
doing that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
No,
right,
not sorry.
right. So, explain why though. Why does that bother you to that degree? I want to know, why does it bother you to that degree?
Because I'm a worker. I'm a person who like to get my own money.
Okay, so if that's your personality, you have to have your own money, or you just believe that it's morally wrong, or you're totally against it in general.
I just have to have my own money because I don't think that it's morally wrong because if she get money and I could sit home with my kids all day, that would be nice. But I've been in situations where I was down and somebody was up, and then it turned into they was looking at me funny because I ain't have it, but they said they wouldn't. But when the time came, they did. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You have ups and downs, and when I had my down, I didn't like how it felt. So I will never go back there.
Okay, and I want you to hold that. I'm gonna let Kevin elaborate on that, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna address that part. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, me personally, I couldn't do it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Like on one hand, and this is where the conflict's coming at, because I have Kevin. I'm understanding, I'm all that. Then I have Kevin, like my damn ego, like nigga. So like on one hand, Kevin, like, I can do it, cause I look cool. But my ego's like I can't. The reason why I can't because I say I can do it as long as she doesn't throw that in my face as a man.
Okay, same thing.
But I feel like the minute she do.
So
You got me fucked up. It's like it's not.
Gotcha.
And I feel though as a man, my thing is this: I can't, as a man, I can't deal. And this is just how I don't care what nobody say. She working, paying all the bills. The day of me and my mom, even if it never happens, but in my mind, the day that she come to the house, basing me saying I pay all these goddamn bills, it'll be the day I have to rumble. It's like I can't, as a man. Nah, I can't.
Okay.
My ego.
What about you, Chase? Hold on, before we address that. Hold on. Then we're gonna go with something that would. Hold on, we're gonna come right. Something that would have been talked about. Okay, hold on 1 second. Go ahead. We're gonna go to Chase, and then we'll get in the comment question. Go ahead, Chase. Can you or can't you? Can you or can't you?
Can I say it again?
I said, can you or can't ya? Can you deal with it? Can you handle it? Do you agree or are you totally against
Basically,
it?
can you be a stay-at-home dad while your wife works?
If the woman make more bread to you, that was one thing. You said you're fine with that. We're talking about that if you guys started a family and she doesn't have any nurturing, doesn't have that, and you have the family raising, and she says, let me go make the money and do this, and you stay at home with the children. Yeah, and that didn't mean you couldn't work. But anyway, go ahead. But
as long as, because me as a man, just in my nature, I'm going to always feel like, all right, I want to, do what I got to do to, take care. But look, I'm a team player. So if that's how the situation works, I'm for it. However, like Richmo said, don't get new on me though. When you start getting it, and then you try to make me feel inferior to you, and then try to make me feel less than what I am because I can't provide in this way.
Okay.
I'm still providing in another way.
Right.
So that's my thing. Just don't get new on me because I hate that feeling.
Okay. So all of you guys agree in general. Now here's the reason why I asked this question, right? And matter of fact, before I ask that question, is there any? So men can't. Okay. So wait, before I'm gonna ask that question.
Both.
But this is what. Hold on.
Both
Wait.
to her question.
Hold on.
Both.
I didn't even read it. Hold on.
It's
so
both.
men can't deal with it because they have encountered women and put them down. Hold on. Before we answer that, hold on. Before
it's
we
both. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on. Before we answer that, because I'm gonna come back to the comments in 1 second, because I want to go on the reason why I asked you guys that in general, right? And you all agreed to the same thing, right? But this is how stay-at-home women feel with the kids, right? I stay at home, and the man think they can throw in their face, I take care of you, as an excuse for them to do whatever they want, and don't see the value of staying at home. Wait, hear me out. Wait. Hold on. I know. Let me get into it. But my point is, No. I heard the point that you said you couldn't because you said one as a man, right? You're one side of your ego. You can't take if she threw that back in your face because you're gonna rumble her, right? Right. He gonna turn into a straight girl. He gonna rumble her. Right. Wait. Hold on. No. But here's my point though. My point is it still ties back into men and women desiring the same thing because that's how women feel when they're at home through tradition with the children, that their value is underappreciated. And 9 times out of 10, when they actually go to court to divorce and the woman is rewarded a certain amount of money, the men can't fathom it because they're at home with the children, raising the children. That don't mean they shouldn't have a job. But still,
I'm not
my
mad at
point
that,
in saying that, though, is that based off of upbringing? How do you know? Is that you as a man, or what they say a man should be?
I'm gonna answer it for you. It's nurture. But listen, what you just asked, go back to what she just stated. Is do men feel that way because they encounter who put them down, or is it nurture? I feel like
nature.
I feel like nature, not nurture. And I'm gonna tell you why. Based on what you just said, that's how women feel they stay at home. I agree with that to a point because most women, if they had an opportunity, will want to stay at home because for not all, but I'm saying on a generalized position, they like being home with the kids, doing stuff on a generalized position. If they don't have to work, they'll be like, I don't care. Knowing that you ain't gonna take advantage of them, they're gonna have money in their pocket, they will be okay. If you gave most men that option, as you just talked to us three, most of them going to say no. Because their nature is like they're going to feel they're less than a man. They cannot provide financially.
So let me tell you why I disagree with that, right? And I'm only going to disagree based off of history, right, and studies. So I'm going to disagree with that based off of history and studies because, yes, most women, if you ask them, they would say, yes, I prefer to stay home with the kids. That's a large group, and you have a large group that would say no, right? And the majority of women today would say no, but that no would be based off of... Can I finish? Thank you. That no is based off of feeling the same exact feeling that you guys express with the man saying they're at work, but doing a whole lot of cheating, have second and third families while they're at home with the children. And not only that, a lot of money not being accounted for, right? So they feel like they don't have their own money, that they weren't even in position to leave if they wanted to. So when you get a woman to actually repeat the words, if I had the money, I would be gone, right? She's already tapped out, right, from this feeling. Now, men, don't get me wrong, as you would say, what you just said is in our nature to get out. We had that option. According to history, it doesn't start out that way, right? The man being out, what happened?
Rich Bro petty as hell. We're going to pin that comment. No, go ahead.
What comment?
We're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about the physical.
So the history of men going out was territorial, was actually seeing how they can conquer other things really that didn't belong to them, right? That was their work. That was their work. Because if you pay attention to nature, majority of the females in nature do the hunting, right? Even in the animal world. Majority of, and here's the thing. It's a bunch. And if that's the case, you should be really okay.
But listen, it's only in line spec. And I can tell you why. You know I'm a Leo. I'll tell you my line.
Okay.
It's only in the line spec. It's only in the line spec that the woman. I'm sorry. It's only in the line spec that the woman does the hunting, and that's because the male lion stays back to protect the cubs.
That's what I told you. But okay.
Anyway,
gosh.
Go ahead.
So let me finish. Right? No, it's true. But even in nature, who do you see the cubs following behind whenever they en route to a different territory? Is they behind the dad or the mom?
Right.
In nature, who are they behind? Wait, hold on. No, who are they just behind? Even if they separate, they behind the mom. But here's my point. No, you're not listening.
But they have to because the male is looking out and they're moving, so the male's protecting.
Right. My point is not who's leading charge. My point was to make that the men were seeking territory. That was the work.
Right.
It wasn't work as in they were going to make money. They were trying to take over. They're dominating.
Okay.
Right? Creating wars. Because the men do that.
That's the equivalent to money, though.
Right. Not necessarily. That's equivalent to pretty much ego. Power. That's what it's more so about.
Yeah,
power.
But the more land they had, the more they were protected, the more bigger.
To power. Really. Power. Because how you
but money
how
don't
you
equal power?
work. To a degree.
Right.
Not you have immoral ways to create money and you have moral ways to make money.
True.
It all depends on the individual, right? But what I'm saying is a lot of times how you guys feel is how the woman feels. So I'm getting back to the men and women desiring the same thing. No, I'm not calling you a woman. I'm saying the nature.
Like, what the hell?
I don't know.
It timed out.
It could not that fast.
I was about to ask you what happened. What's up?
But it should have at least gave us a chance to
I don't know.
save
I'm
it.
not
I
worried
was
about it.
about to ask you how he was on time.
Just go back on. Don't worry about it.
It didn't say nothing about that though.
No, it usually does, and it didn't come up on the screen.
But it
It
hasn't
didn't
even
come up
been
on
an
the
hour.
screen. No, it didn't. And it usually come back on the screen. So maybe what it was. I look retarded. As always.
Right there.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's off. You got.
What's off?
Yeah, if I'm looking on Instagram now, the live isn't up. So exit out of that. Richmond, try to go back
I
up.
did. This is a whole nother one.
Did you save it?
It's not saying. Are you sure you want to?
Because it's not popping up. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, here
You
we
can't
go.
save it because it ain't nothing.
How?
Oh
So
yeah,
you can't
end
save
it. Just
that
end
because that
it.
was not. Just discard video.
Just end it.
So don't share it.
No.
No,
No.
there's nothing.
It's nothing. Just click off of it.
Okay. You don't want to just in case it's the whole thing.
I don't care.
It
I don't-
could be.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't care because you can delete it later.
All right. So it said I can't.
All right, and just go back in. But what I'm saying is the desire is the same.
Alright.
So I think that what works better is based off of nature. Right? Well, I guess I'll wait
I think
for
it's
you to
based
get
on.
back on.
It's based
So,
on what
let's
works
go
for the
back.
Individuals.
Right, and not so more so. I'll wait for them to get back on.
Whatever works out the individuals, I think is what's best.
Just remember, 808. You gotta cut this.
Yeah, it just, you know,
Either way, what?
I don't,
We're gonna come on
808.
again.
You know what I'm saying? That 808.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was literally about to just say your original.
well, it didn't
check
even
but
come up. Yeah, right?
It didn't say nothing. No.
I ain't worried about it
No, it's all good.
because we in the making.
Nah,
So
this is some
what
good stuff,
what
though. I'm
what
prepared for it.
what I was saying to them was that men and women, that our nature, our desire, what I'm trying to show is the same, right? Women feel some kind of way if they're staying at home, and if they go and they ask their husband for some money and he chose to give them what he want or chose to give them a little bit here and there, you don't think the light bulb go off like I got to make my own money
agree with that.
because
Can
I
I-
can't
can
I can't I'm starting to feel like a child.
I've never
So a
agreed with
lot
that.
of women actually feel the same way you guys feel.
I've never
Well,
agreed.
But
can
what
I
I'm-
ask you a question? I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
No,
No,
I
go
don't,
ahead.
I don't want
Go
to cut
ahead.
you off.
You sure?
I'm sure. Am I sure?
What happened? What did it say to Chase? What did Chase do?
No, I said he was unable to. I sent him a request after he was on already.
Is he stopped?
Now you there, Chase? You good, right?
No, you don't see that screen.
Chase.
Look at him.
He looks weird.
Yeah, he off.
He must have just got caught in the
In the
But what
mix.
I was saying is that. Did you do it?
I do want to ask you a question now,
Okay.
because I think what you're saying is right, but I also feel like it's a lot more to it than what we're talking about.
Oh, it is. It's a whole heck of a lot more. A whole lot more.
Why he got to get off? Oh wait, I could kick him off, can I?
Well, Chase, I don't know. Maybe he'll Chase Flow.
Yeah, there's a way to kick people off your live.
I don't know. I ain't that savvy.
What a live.
So, all right. So
No, that's gonna cancel our
no,
live.
you're gonna cancel the live.
No, but there's a way to take the person
That's
off.
what I'm saying. Hit the live button. I think.
I think he's trying to get in. And it's not letting him. So,
Cause see on my phone, he's off the live.
oh, he's off.
Yeah, he's
So
off the
this
live
phone
on my
is just
phone.
frozen.
This is your phone, yeah.
So just ain't that the refresher button? Oh no.
You know
But
what, let's
anyway,
do this.
No,
what?
it's not
What
frozen because I could see the whole job. Oh, you ended the live again?
I didn't end it.
Yeah, you
I
did.
ended.
It
Yeah.
You
ended?
ended it.
You
Sorry. I thought it would be it would refresh the app. What the hell?
Gotta turn around.
There you go. Where he at? Boom. Boom. Invite. See, this would be messing it up. Because I invited him, but then it's...
I'm right here, Wody.
All right, he right here, Wody. You right here, Wody.
What I missed?
Okay, no. We pause for you, partner. We pause for you. We don't go on and leave nobody out the pack, brother.
Pause for the call.
I don't do that, brother. We waited. We humbly waited. Even if we lose the audience, we waited.
Alhamdulillah.
Allahu Akbar. For sure. So, go ahead, Rich. You want to ask your question before I...
Yes.
Go ahead.
So my question is... It's going to be a statement and a question. So the statement is this, right? Over time, first of all, a woman's place has started out in the home, in the kitchen, and with the kids.
Okay.
No,
go ahead. It is. Go ahead. Before I get into what I was going to say, go ahead.
So when we got to this country, 100 and something years ago, things changed a little bit, right?
Yeah,
it's just recent.
Yeah and no.
It didn't even change 100 and something years ago. It's actually changed more recently than that. The woman's place was in the home. They could not work. Even let's say 75 years ago, they couldn't work. You know what I'm saying?
They worked. They were just on the field. But go ahead.
Yeah, but they wasn't. They couldn't have jobs. They worked the house.
Right.
The man went and had a job and paid for things. So my thing is this desire thing you talk about, right? I feel like even in the wolf, even with the lions. The female, she hunts. Sometimes she get out of her place, and the male he has to roar and put her back in her place. I'm right or wrong?
No, absolutely not.
That's very true.
Absolutely not. Okay, so let me. Okay,
so
wait.
The question.
So go ahead, ask the question.
So the question is this:
That's hilarious.
Over time, do you not feel like women started to desire what men have?
No.
Do you not feel like at some point
No.
they wanted equality?
No.
At some point, and it's not. And because before that wasn't what they wanted.
Okay.
Women just wanted to have kids
No.
and be good to their husband.
No. No.
Huh?
Okay, so you can, but hold on, because I was just getting ready to go into that before you ask this question.
Okay.
No. Now, I'm not going to speak for all women, because I'm going to say some women, yes, but most of them that even did that were trained to do it that way. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you since the beginning of time, and I'm going to take this back since the beginning of time, right? As far as we can remember, because a lot of us don't know about the female kingdoms that was ran by all women, right?
No,
That's even all the way back, honey, before we even got here and things were different. So you say they wasn't different.
Okay.
No. It's outside of that. It's a bunch, right? But what I'm saying to you is nature, going to the nature of a man and a woman, right? Let's talk about the nature. We offer the desire right now, right?
Right.
Because we can desire the same thing, right? And women has always desired the same thing. I think we went along because we tend to go along with our man and we'll follow their plan out of love. Show me until you show me differently. A strong, smart woman would be like, I'll be a fool to keep letting you lead me down a rabbit hole, right? She'll exit from that. A weak one will stay based off of however her upbringing and training in or her strength in herself, what she believes her value about herself. Right. Outside of that, let's go into the nature, right? So the nature of a man and a woman is what? And we're not going to talk about the desire because desire is something totally different. Let's talk about the nature of the man and the woman, right? This is my feminine makeup. This is your masculine makeup, right? So according to that, what? We're equal as in human beings, right?
Yes.
We're equal as in we both want love. We want but desire. Right. Men desire women, women desire men.
Facts.
Right? What else? We both need to eat. Right? What we eat is totally different. But we both need to eat. We both need to sleep. What else we have?
Both
right? What is in our nature? Name one thing that's in a woman's nature that is not in a man's nature.
Menstrual cycle.
Huh?
It's in our nature.
He said.
Menstrual cycle is in our nature, though.
I know, but we're talking about.
In our men's nature?
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I'm answering this question.
Okay, go.
What's in a woman's nature that's not in a man's nature? There isn't.
Okay. Chase disappeared again? Oh, okay. Anybody on there know what's in a woman's nature that's not in a man's nature? A lot of women, especially after slavery, had to work. We had no choice. Low wage job, woman. Yes, that's true. And that's based off of American history. We already have everything you all want and need. I totally agree. Go ahead. Outside. Okay, so one of the things that's in a woman's nature that's not in a man's nature is our ability to bear children. Men can't do that, right? No, wait. So the whole, wait, hold on. Okay. Hold on.
Our sperm is a lot.
Could you?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, we're never going to get to the origin of the problem.
Go ahead.
The whole conversation is so that we can communicate going into a relationship or a current relationship effectively, so that we don't have to have the high single rate unless we're just totally not interested, right? And changing the dialogue, the communication, we're understanding the words. Nature, what's in my natural nature of what a man can't do is to bear children. You can have children, yes, but can you bear them? I said this has nothing to do with desire.
You said, what is in a man's nature that a woman? I thought you meant far as like.
No,
far
that's not what
love,
I said.
Equality,
No. I said, wait, I didn't. I said, what is in a woman's nature that is not in a man's nature? I said, we're not talking about desire, where we both love and want the same thing. I said, that's one thing that's in my nature, right?
And having your menstrual cycle, we can't have that.
Okay, we'll let Kevin explain that later. Okay,
it.
I'm just taking it for now. Okay. Chase, what's in a woman's nature that's not in a man's nature? Do you know about? Let's say, give me one.
Physically?
Yeah, no. Anyway, what we're talking about the nature of a man and a woman. What's in a woman's nature that a man cannot do?
Seduction might be in a woman's nature.
No, not. Yeah.
A woman.
Seduction's in my
He
nature.
said, let me tell you. He said, right, okay, have children. Richmo said menstrual cycle. Kevin said nothing. It's nothing in a man's nature that a woman's nature.
I keep saying procreate.
Right? Can you stop? Yes, because. I give up. I'm a more. I'm telling you. No, listen. The reason why I'm telling you why is because we're just. You're losing the whole origin of this conversation. It's because the language of the words is wrong. So of course they would say procreate, because we're talking about the reason why relationships is not lasting. We think one thing means another. Does that make sense? So for you to say why to think, because the words are all mixed up. Okay? We can procreate, men can procreate. We're talking about the nature. Men cannot physically give birth to a baby according to their nature and their makeup. Right?
Right.
Is that right or wrong?
I agree.
Okay. So, and if anybody on the live know something else, y'all cannot create the baby.
We also cannot feed them.
Right.
We cannot incubate
no,
the baby.
He's talking about you can't.
No,
you don't have this to provide the food.
Yeah.
Right. I ain't mean to grab myself either. You don't have.
Since you ain't got these niggas.
You ain't got the right. the inability to nurture the child as far as in feeding them. You don't have that. Right. Anybody else have anything that's within our nature as a woman that men cannot do? Besides, they can't breastfeed the baby. They can't feed them. Richmo said menstrual. Kevin countered that. We'll get in that in a second. And then we can't have babies. Now, same question to the men and women. What is in the men nature that females that we cannot do? That's not in our nature.
There's nothing.
You can't stand up and pee.
Oh, no, you can.
Yes,
you can stand up and pee.
Stop.
He's so crazy. Richmo, shush. That's hilarious, though.
There's literally nothing that a man can't do that a woman can't do.
Hear this. Say it again.
There's literally nothing that a man can do that a woman can't do.
Say it one more time. There's nothing that a man can't do. No, for me? No. Because you can't hear. Wait, hold on.
That's not true, because our physical setup, the way I sit up with
gravity. No, wait. We're not asking that question. Yes. We're not getting into that yet. Just name the nature. No, we can get that. We're talking about just the nature. The nature of a woman.
That a man can do that a woman cannot. Whether can we do it better or not is irrelevant.
We can.
Okay, so outside of that,
we provide.
No. Can you? Yes.
We have our own.
Wait, because this is not. Wait, guys. This is not the debate. This is answering a simple question. What is it that women can't do that a man can't do? Kevin said there's nothing. So women can do everything that a man can do. Rich Mo,
We
you're saying
provide the Y chromosome, don't
you
we?
can provide the
We
sperm.
choose the sex.
Say it again.
You do.
Okay.
We can choose the sex.
We're
of the
not
baby.
talking
You
about
can't.
that. We're talking about
All right,
what's
we
nature.
provide.
and
We provide.
they
the Y.
provide the sperm.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
They provide the sperm. Anybody else? Chase, what is it that men can do that women cannot do? That's not in our nature to do.
Yeah, besides that,
We can't provide ourselves with the sperm. Okay? We got that. The sperm. No matter how strong we are.
How much testosterone
Yo.
y'all
Can't happen.
Yeah. Anybody? Does anybody know
You sound low, Chase.
what
sound real low, Chase.
is
was
in
louder before.
the man's nature that a woman cannot do? I actually said determine the sex of the child. We're not going to get into that because that's
I
still
said
proven through science. So we're not talking about that because they found that out later on. We're talking about 100% natural origin now. We already know, period, that no milk coming out of no men's nipples. Anybody else know? No, I just want to know. Right. So nobody knows that the only thing that a woman can't do, lie their ass off.
Yo.
Shout out to Dr. Bradley for the.
Facts.
Women a lot better than men. That's what you talking about. That's your mom, Chase. Your mom not allowed in the live no more. She gotta go.
Shout out. She always here. That's hilarious.
She gotta get off.
Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, so aside from lie their ass off, that is. I told you the joke that was on the line that was surfaced about men lie so much. I'm starting to believe that Adam ate the damn apple and blamed it on Eve.
A woman had to make that up.
That was hilarious because y'all lie so damn much.
No,
And
we
sometimes you just
Everybody
wait. Hold on.
lies. Stop
Yes,
saying
but
it's
y'all
men,
lie
baby.
for no reason
It's
sometimes.
all the women.
But
That's what I'm
anyway,
saying, it's just men.
the part that we're
There's
making.
something wrong with your thing.
And
You
actually,
really-
women have multiple
really can't
families
hear
too.
you.
They just lie and
Wait,
tell the
hold
man
on.
that he's the father.
Ah!
wrong with you?
High five to that one.
Women have multiple
That
families
is-
too. Tripping.
I got a high five that one. That was hilarious. All right, so let's get back on track.
We can, but it's
So-
very low.
Women, what's in our nature that men can't do? They can't feed the children. They can't give birth to them and create and carry them.
Right.
Men, what they can do that we can't do is we can't provide the sperm, right? Everybody agree?
Agree.
For the most part, you have something? We don't want to
No,
leave
I
room
agree.
for
I
that.
just don't like the terminology.
Okay, so, and see, don't like, that's okay. That's okay with not liking the terminology. The truth is, it's the truth. That's what's in our nature. Forget the desire. Hold up. Forget the desire. Forget the want for a minute. What's in the nature in our creation was, you can't bear a child or feed them, and I can't provide the sperm. That's our nature. Everything else is all about observing what we like and dislike with desires and wants. So the nature is what we need to be communicating about, not if it's the woman's nature that want to stay home. No. Because who know how that conversation went with the first man or woman that was here, right? If they going out there and they against whoever other tribes that's out there, or how really the procreation actually went, if they left out of the Garden of Eden. Maybe
that comes back to nature.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished. No, nature is in your natural creation, for one. So outside of natural creation, hear me out. Natural creation is the ability of what I can do and what you can't do. That sums it up here. So I am. That's what I'm doing. So outside of that, though, I'm speaking about in terms of whether a woman should stay home and a man work, has to do with whatever experience they ran into traveling this world, whether they traveled together or alone and ran into animals and he was able to
Let me
take.
ask you a question. And I'm sorry, but
I'm scared the hell out
Let me
of
ask you a
you.
question. Because when you're gone, I understand. But I'm getting back to the nature standpoint.
Yes.
So we don't know how that first conversation between the man and woman.
I didn't finish my point, but go.
I know. But I'm gonna tell you how my mind works.
No, we're not worried about your mind. I didn't tie to that. You can tell me how your mind works when we get to that question.
But I'm telling you how it
Okay.
goes.
Well, I'm on nature right now. The
I'm
nature.
talking about nature.
Okay.
So the reason why I believe nature reason why I believe it went from women staying home with the children.
Oh no, that's not nature.
You let me finish. I'm going back to the nature. And men going out, because we're going back to a nature from back in the day, before there was quote-unquote jobs. When it came to hunting, men are naturally bigger, stronger, and faster. It's a nature.
Right, listen, I was leading to that. You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Go ahead.
So I just said, based off of, once we figured out on this earth, if there was no book, or either they had the book and hid it, right? Or who was here, whether it was Adam and Eve that multiplied, or was other people here, other species, that's all hearsay, right? We have no 100% facts on that.
Right.
So just based off of the natural ability of what we know, what women can do and what men can do, we can say that they ran into each other, whatever. They clashed. Boom, the attraction there, right? They go out into the world, it's all kind of species. So based off of that species, yes, it could have been an animal. And the women noticed that the men is more dominant in strength. So boom, I refuse to believe they didn't tackle that together. Because if she love a dude, she's like, go over this way. She got his back. It's Bonnie and Clyde over here. So that determined the strength of the man and what he can do. Is that fair to say?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But even outside of that, because let's think prior to having children and a relationship of a man and a woman without the tradition of the roles that we play. She's working, he's working. Right. She's in school, you go away in school. Right. She can't go in college and say, I expect you to pay all my bills, because he's trying to pay all of his. They both going through school. Let's talk about they both move out and go into house. They going 50-50. Well, you do this, I do this. You do this, I do this. when it ties into her weakness, and weakness is not weakness as in and she's weak, but when she's ready to conceive because she can't really do for herself the way that she would, it's negotiation time. Mm-hmm. So you can pick up the majority while I'm in my weakness. If she's able to work through it and bear through it and make the bread, that's fine. If not, he got her. Right?
I agree.
That kind of seems to me like
that's fair.
That's right. That's fair. That would be fair.
I agree.
All the way around the board.
1000%.
And all the way around the board, as if something happened to him while he working construction on a truck and he can't walk no more. She got him. His value is not based around just providing for her. Did that make sense? No, but my point is having these conversations to get, where we're missing communication and relationship according to our nature. You know what I mean? As somebody said, that's partnering. I totally agree. Partnership, opposed to insults and disrespect that we don't even view as disrespect because we clean it up with, that's the nature of a woman. Or back then, because women back then was told they couldn't be sexual beings. Did that mean there wasn't sexual beings? Yes. You know when it was okay for them to be sexual beings? When they were catering to a man in a brothel, in a whorehouse, or belly dancing. It was okay when it was pertaining to a king and he wanted some entertainment from a woman. So we have to look at what's the nature, what our nature is, so that we can see how we're equal, how we can help each other, and how we can benefit. Opposed to the way we were pretty much, and I'm not saying all tradition is wrong, because I feel like coming in today, based off of all of us have different raisins and upbringings. There are people who never had parents. There's people in foster care. There's people, that's suffering from a whole lot of things. In today's age, it's better to enter a relationship and 100% truthful communication off of our strengths and weaknesses and what we can bring to the table to benefit each other. Because the relationship is about a benefit. I don't agree that somebody else should, enter a relationship so the other person can make them happy. They should be able to maintain my happiness.
I always say don't disrupt it.
So I agree.
That's what I said.
So I agree.
Don't disrupt it.
So it's like, he can't say, yeah, she doesn't make me happy, so I'm not with her. He doesn't make me happy. No, to me, those are the wrong choice of words. Those words should be, we're not compatible. There's no such thing as the other person making you happy. The situation is not working from you because y'all not compatible based off of your wants and dislikes. Because you got couples who are very happy sitting in front of the TV eating popcorn every day and probably collecting welfare. They agree on those very two things. Let's milk the system, boo. Yeah. Like Bonnie and Clyde, the real Bonnie and Clyde. They agreed that we're going to rob these banks together, and Bonnie was just as thorough as Clyde.
Maybe even worse.
Maybe even worse. Mm-hmm. It's contractual. It is... All I need in my life is me and my girlfriend. That's a contract. What she say? I'm down to ride to the very end. Is that not a contract? That's a contract.
Yes, sir. Talk about it.
Listen, that's a contract. So my only point in saying this is that I believe that a lot of times the relationship don't work out. One, like someone who said in the comments, we're not being completely honest and truthful. And a lot of times because we're not taking time to learn ourselves, or we're camouflaging the truth with falsehood. And that's meaning when we want the truth, but when the truth is presented to us, we don't accept the truth because it's not what we wanted to hear.
It hurts.
Right? It's just like a person who's seeking to lose weight that actually says, I want to lose weight, but you tell them, and they don't want to go through the steps to lose weight. Eat water, exercise, don't take in a certain amount of food. Right? I mean, drink water, shush. Right? Right. They looking for a quick pill or a quick fix. They don't want to hear the truth. They desire it.
BBF.
But when you tell them, they like, nah.
Right. They're not trying to hear that.
I caught that too, dog.
So, right, they're not trying to hear it. So I think it's all about being honest with what you want, and I think a lot of that stems from us seeing the person that we desire, right, that we may be attracted to, that's men or female, and they may possess certain things that we want, like status, and or they might be financially okay, and or they might have some ownership, and we might feel like we need that, but they don't possess everything that we actually want. So we don't lay it on the table that, okay, I'm going to just go with this because this is what I want, and I'm going to push this under the rug, and the minute this stop happening over here, this is all thrown in your face. Well, you ain't this because I ain't like you because this wasn't there anyway.
I feel like we harp too much on what we want versus what we need.
I agree.
Because like I said, wants fluctuates. You may want this Birkin bags Monday, and may see these Fendi bags you want Tuesday.
Right.
So once,
but it's still a bag.
Fluctuates.
It's still a bag.
Still a bag. But once,
they still want a bag. Is my point.
But once fluctuate though.
Right.
So
Stay away from the bags.
I think we harp too much on wants versus what you need. Because a lot of times, and this is my own personal thought process.
What you desire.
I feel like a lot of things, we pray to God for so many things. And I feel like a lot of times we pray to God for certain things we want. He don't give it to us because he's telling us, nigga, you don't need it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know about that. I think he doesn't give it to you because he's not the one to make that call. You make that
not
call.
The left. I mean, not the left. I mean, I agree.
I think God said, I gave you the tools. You don't see this earth.
I agree with that too, but
that part is up to you. You make the TV and the computer.
I agree with that too.
I did my part.
I'm just saying, for the most part,
I did my part.
We still harp too much on wants.
I agree.
When your want fluctuates.
Well, I think that wants is depicted by lifestyle, and what I mean by that is, for those who already have their basic needs, their want is a desire. Something I just want it. I don't need it. And certain people need to focus on their needs and not their wants. Give you a prime example. A lot of people during the time wanted a big flat screen TV or Mercedes Benz. Can you afford it? No. You can't afford it. So stick to what you need. Go get whatever you can get to get back and forth. That's going to help you build the plan to get the Benz. Right. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, well, I don't even say back in the day, it probably was back in the day for me. But when welfare was in play, you know what I mean? They say, what are your basic needs? Cable and telephone wasn't basic needs at that particular time, right? Running water was, roof over your head. What was your needs? People make a lot of times a statement saying, oh, that's too expensive. That's a statement I never use. To me, it was always, can I afford it or not? Because there's some people who can afford it. It's not expensive.
Right.
I just can't afford it. But we don't want to face the truth because we feel entitled to everything. And the only entitlement we have is the ability to go and get it. If we chose to study to show ourselves approved to do that. Other than that,
say that.
We're not entitled to it.
Say that.
You're not entitled to a damn thing in this world.
So the question, we're entitled to everything that's a tool that God gave us. I mean, he provided a lot. This world is spacious.
Well,
we got a latitude.
I mean, yes, you're entitled to breathe in air. Yes, but that's about it.
To breathe in air, and that's about it.
Listen, you are entitled to the essentials that God put forth for you. Other than that, you gotta get it yourself.
Sometimes we overstep boundaries and make friendship relationships. Hey, everybody been there. It's like, no, I did that. A lot of times when people break up, it's not because anyone is bad. It's just their season is up. I agree. That's why I specifically said I think it's better to state we're not compatible opposed to saying this person is bad. Unless they're truly bad. There's some bad things that people do in a relationship. I mean, extremely bad. When it ties into domestic violence and rape and molestation, those are bad.
Yeah, horrible.
Bad things. Outside of that, just because you guys didn't see eye to eye, it's like, listen, that's not what I want.
Domestic violence? No.
It's not so bad.
I mean, sometimes you gotta punch a nigga.
You know what? I just think that when you do that, that's just loss of control. That's frustration.
Yeah, I don't believe it hit nobody.
It's frustration and it's loss of
trash.
control. It's when you feel in loss of control. I don't really say. I believe that we should be fair. And I used to say this all the time to myself, to my sisters-in-laws, to all of them above. Listen, you got to know the individual you're dealing with. So if you think he's a cheater and you do this, listen, don't kill my brother, don't hurt him or nothing, because I'm coming for you. Let me just be honest. You do something to you, do it back if that's your case. But you don't have the right to murk somebody because they cheated on you. That doesn't the crime doesn't equate to me.
I don't believe in that though.
It doesn't. No, I think you should just leave. You have the power to leave.
That's too much control.
That's
you
my
do
point.
it back, you let them control.
But no. That's not my point. My point is you have the power to leave. But if you're going to stay, cheating doesn't equal death. Not to me. I don't think that equals death. Yeah, on both parties.
I'm not.
But men, to them, it sometimes be death. Because I don't really know too many men that go back after a woman cheat on them 1,000 times. I haven't ran across one yet.
I ran across. I got plenty of men I know who went back to their woman they cheated on them. And they're better men.
He must have felt like I deserve from
who
said that song? Baby,
one.
I deserve. He must have it must have been
I got a couple homeboys.
It must have been a Tank moment.
They better men than me because I couldn't do it.
No?
Yeah. See, I mean, it depends. For me, it depends to a degree. If I lacked in something and you brought it up to me and I kind of ignored you, then that's on me. I gotta bite that bullet because you told me. I mean, you started a pot because you could have just left.
Right.
But nonetheless, that's still my bullet to bite because you told me. I ignored you, so I get it.
Well, I think the reason why
everything I'm supposed to be doing and you just want to be a slime bag.
I guess. But see, that's because we're not honest in relationship. Because a woman will look at a man and say, "Oh, he can do all this other stuff, but sexually is weak. I'm mad," and then like, I'll just cheat over here. But no, men do the same thing though. Men do the same exact thing. She bring all these other things to the table, but here, I'll get it from somewhere else.
Even if she fire in bed, a man is still likely to cheat. We just like women.
No, I disagree. I disagree.
I didn't say all men cheat.
No, I'm not even going to say all men.
I don't think all men cheat.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I said no.
Man will still cheat.
No, he will. He will. No, he will. But what I will challenge you on is the term men. Right? I would challenge him on the term men do it. Because a man that does it has underlying issues. If you have let me hear you. If you have a woman that has everything, right? Out of fear, men do stuff because they think sometimes it's too good for them.
I'm going to tell you that she had only one time.
Go ahead.
There's only one thing a woman has one time.
What you mean?
You said she has everything.
No, I didn't. I'm saying
you
to you. You said even if they have everything. You said that.
I'm saying she can't have everything. Because there's one thing she would never have again. There's only one thing a woman had when she first meet us, and that's new coochie. She will never have that again. So most men, you can take a man right now who love his wife to his deathbed,
right?
And you say to him, you can cheat without.
But he's going back into. But he's going back to desire. Listen.
He will cheat.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, no. What I'm saying, I'm not saying he's wrong.
Find it out. He will cheat.
But so will women. That's the part that he missed. So that's why I said I would challenge the word men because so will most women. Let me just break up let me just break up the ego real quick. There's not a time even when I was married and when I was married for a very long time, there's not a time that I've been out and I haven't seen a man that said, "God damn nigga, I'm married." Women go through the same exact thing. Listen to me. Women see men that they are attracted to all day long. We just have a better job of not making boistering that because of how we're looked at. It doesn't mean it. If we can get away with it, we would too.
I am not disputing that.
Please believe me. We would.
Y'all
have no idea the conversations we have amongst ourselves.
I'm not disputing that, but I will say this for most part.
But my point is, you have to get out of saying what men and women.
Talking about men. That's
no, but I'm saying the majority of us want the same thing. We desire the same thing. But we need to focus on the basics of what we desire, which is love and respect. The true origin of love and respect is I love you enough to not hurt you. right? I love you enough that if a person says to you in a relationship, listen, especially depending on what type of life you lead, right? That listen, if you mess up out there, don't let nobody come throw nothing in my face and tell me. You be the one to tell me.
That's love.
And if you can't respect that, she put her limits right there on the line. She said, listen, you should be the one to come tell me if you messed up anytime and not give nobody else that leverage over me.
Let me ask you a question.
And you don't do that?
Let me ask all y'all a question. And y'all down in the comment, y'all watching, comment too. Here's my question. Do you feel like there's a respectful way to cheat?
Yes, I do.
Do you feel like there's a, for those watching, comment, do you feel like there's a respectful way or a good
How many
way
believe
to cheat?
there's a, yes. I do
I
believe
say
there's a
yes.
respectful way to cheat.
And that's my whole point.
I do believe.
Someone would say,
no,
there's no respectful way. No, I feel like there's a respectful way to cheat. Because I was having this conversation with my lady, and she said, would you want to know if I cheated on you? And I said, no. I said, the only time I want you to tell me is if you had a feeling it was going to come back to me. I'd rather you tell me first.
Or you not, or not if you're ready to leave me, or not if you want to leave.
I mean, of course.
That's
I'm saying, if you respect me enough, I mean, I'd rather I make sure I never find out. Why ruin my bliss to save your conscience? That's a selfish act to me.
Right.
You're going to ruin my happiness because your conscience can't take the fact that you did something out of pocket.
Right.
No, I don't want to know. If there's no chance it can come back to
well,
me,
no.
let me know
I think
my
that
bliss.
was an honest question, though. Would you? I think that's
No,
something
it was.
that should
I'm
hear
just saying my
because
answer.
of the society that we live in. I think that's a question everybody into the relationship should
But
have.
you know
If
why?
you cheat, do you want to know? If she says no, then boom, don't tell her. If she says yes, respect enough to tell her, and vice versa.
I think I would.
I don't wanna know.
I would want to know only because she can't control who might come back to you. So you might tell her, she might think, you know.
And me, I think you should.
No, you can.
You should know. You should already. Don't
might-
cheat with nobody you can't control. Because you're not even a smart cheater if they come and tell me.
Cheating
but it's
one
not
on
about
one.
them.
Never cheat with somebody who don't have nothing to lose as much as you do.
But it's not.
So if you want to cheat as a
I
husband,
agree.
cheat
That's
with a wife.
not- but that's not-
like
that's not-
cheat
I
with
feel you.
somebody
That is
who
fine.
got
But
something you got to lose.
But
But
that's
you still
not the
gonna get
point.
caught, 'cause
The
feelings
point
get
is,
caught.
that's not the
Don't
point.
keep going back.
The
One
point
and
is, no, but the point is, bro,
not
is that this world is so small.
I
that
agree.
All that has to happen is, all right, I'm cheating with a wife. She can't tell nobody, but she tells her best friend.
And she know anyway.
So now her best friend, no, she tells her best friend, but now her best friend works with you.
That's what I'm saying.
Ask my brother what he has
But
to
they don't know
offer,
that.
and is he
You're working
open
too
to
close to
having
home.
an open relationship? Ask my brother what he has to offer, and is he open to having a relationship?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure
Who?
out.
Ask who?
Hey,
Ask. Be
Chase,
specific in who.
take the hoodie off for a second.
You hear me?
Take both sides.
Dr. Bay
I
said
think
since
that's-
you
'cause you
said
got
we
the
need
headphones
the
in,
sperm,
right?
it looks like Mary was cheated out of her baby, right?
So
Shout out to
why
Mary.
is it still so low?
Shout out to Mary.
I'm confused. Who's talking about? My brother.
All right.
Who they talking
Yeah,
about?
who's my brother? Oh, Kevin. So the question was for Kevin. Ask Kevin
I don't know him.
what he has to offer, and is he open to having an open relationship? Speak the truth.
What I have to offer? Shit.
What do
I
you,
have a lot to offer. I feel as though. I mean, I offer a lot of things. But I'm going to stick to the second most important question. No, I'm not with an open relationship.
Is that on both ends? You or her?
Oh, I'm open to me. Like I said, I can do a crack door. I can come and go as I please. She got to stay in the house. I can't.
he said I ain't open to
Do
her
your
relationship.
significant other know that?
Yeah, but I would never crack the door, though. But I'm
Oh.
just saying. Like, no, I can't. I personally, like, both of us doing our own thing. And
So
then
do
come
you
back, no.
believe? So do you believe that
This
that you need the permission from your other to have a cracked door?
Yeah.
Do you think a person should have?
If you want to do it with a clear conscience, yes.
Oh, okay.
And if she says she's not comfortable with that, then you gotta, you know, ask yourself,
Why you
do I want to stay with her and be with one for the rest of my life?
Right.
And if not, I gotta let her go because she's
Right.
not comfortable with that.
Right. Okay. Okay. What was that? They said thanks, Kev.
I don't know
my
what it is, but
cousin.
you welcome.
And oh, you didn't answer the other one. They
What?
said, "What do you have to bring to the table?" Pretty much.
Man,
What's your values? Let's get some values going on. What are you bringing into a relationship? What are you bringing to the relationship?
Well, personally, I'm gonna tell you what I
Can I
bring.
do it?
Real quick, I bring reality. Me in the sense of I'm fair and I don't live in la la land. I will never ask a person to do for me what I won't do for them. I will give you the shirt off my back, so in return I'm going to ask you to give the shirt you're sure of your back to me, and so on and so forth. I'm a fair dude, and I break it down like this. Just the best way I can explain my character. And me and my lady talked about this, and I always felt this way. When the point coming, because I got some old-fashioned vibes in a sense, and she stopped working, she's taking care of the kids, and I'm working. My wife will never have to come and ask me for money because she would get paid a check every week. Because being a stay-at-home mother and a wife is a job. And it's the hardest job in the damn world if you ask me. When you're a stay-at-home mother and wife, you like a Jamaican. You got multiple jobs. You a chef, a janitor, a teacher, a babysitter, a laundromat clerk. you everything in the bug.
Security guard.
So my wife,
a cop.
Right. So my wife, she would get a paycheck every week like an actual
Shout
job.
out to your wife.
Somebody said Kevin shaking my head. Double standard.
You said you open to I know. Listen. I 1000% accept and understand double standards in the world, and I'm okay with that. I don't fight them. It's not fair, but everything ain't gonna be fair. But like I was saying, that's who I am as a person. I am fair. I will never, like I said, ask anybody for something I can't do for them the same. Like I said, my wife, she will have a paycheck every week.
How long you been with her?
2 years.
3?
2 years.
2 years.
She would get, listen, there's nothing, and she'll tell you, there's nothing. I'm not her person.
We're friends now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna know you for a long time.
Right.
I just want to revisit this conversation in 2 years.
Right.
You will.
All right. We're gonna talk in 2 years.
So okay.
And we're gonna
so
see about that paycheck equality.
My thing is this, because I'm an equal person. I said, because my thing is, I accept unfairness in certain situations, but when it comes to me, I'm a very fair person. I'm a firm believer of don't do to a person you want done to yourself. And my lady would tell you, when I first met her, I told her, let me explain something to you. I said, I'm gonna break some guidelines in the beginning. This can't work for you, we can't be together. I will never yell at you. I will never call you out your name. I will never put my hands on you. And I demand, not want, I demand the same treatment. And she will tell you right now, every time we got in an argument, she's yelling. And I'm there calm, talking to her like this, like I'm talking to y'all. Because even when I'm mad at you, I still love you. So why would I talk to you out of pocket because I'm mad?
I agree.
I do not believe in, I didn't mean that. No, I believe.
I agree.
3 people will tell you how they truly feel about you. Kids, because a kid tell you ugly, nigga, you ugly.
Right.
A drunk person and an angry person, because you mad that you violently said, forget my feelings, I'm going to tell you the truth because I'm mad. Even when I'm mad, I still talk to you with love. The sternness in my voice may change, but I still talk with love. And she will tell you to this day, I have never yelled at her. I've never called out her name.
Right.
I've never. And I will always remain that way.
I'm only saying that because, there's another conversation. I don't know if y'all want to ever have it, but it's called, trapping people. So
she trapped me, man. My lady trapped me.
People act a certain way until they have your kid, or they feel like they got you locked down.
Most definitely.
So
I feel
until
like
the baby comes out.
But that's
here's the thing.
Sometimes you
I
don't
think
get to
for
see
a lot of times
who they
that's
are.
depicted by upbringing and nurturing and raising and also because sometimes men step up to the plate and women don't. But situations change when the baby comes. Sometimes men don't take it as serious as the woman wants them to because stuff stopped for us because we have to be there and they still like, oh, I'm going out. I'm still going to go do this. I'm still going to go do this. And it's like,
resentment
or the men would be like, oh, you feel as though when the child is left with you, you're watching the child. How are you watching your own child? What are you talking about? This is your kid. You didn't ask me to watch him. I shouldn't have to. So I think it's just the it's the mature.
I just want to rebuttal to Richmond. You can't watch your own child. It's your child. But
I'm not saying watch my child.
No, listen, men used to get upset about that.
When you said about people chilling the baby come, I agree with that. I can say I don't have that problem because my woman already has a child. And her baby daddy ain't it.
She don't have a child.
Now listen, listen. I call spade a spade.
No, you can't call people spade a spade. You can't. That's
not
a spade. That's according to what you said. No, you can't validate
your
it.
child.
But not true. But I can see the way she handled him with, having a man who doesn't have the base character at this point in time. So, if she can handle him as well as she do, and he doesn't, quote unquote, do the job he wants to do, I know for that fact I'm in the clique because I'm going to do my job.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, he's not saying that she's going to trap you. He's saying we need to revisit that conversation.
What I'm saying is,
no, he said there's some women that he said trap. That was the first word,
trap.
meaning they look to trap. I mean that was their intention in the beginning. He's not saying about the changes.
I'm talking. What if she changes? her personality changes.
Yeah.
What you just
That's always
demanded her
possible.
not to do, she's
Right.
already yelling, and you're being calm,
right.
and you already demanded
Right.
that she don't yell.
Right.
So now,
But
I'm just saying she don't mind. When I was in
Then
it,
that's
they
a
wasn't yelling
conversation
either.
that needs to take
What
place.
I'm saying, once there's a kid there that you don't want to leave.
So okay, so
But here's
okay,
the
so,
truth.
so my rebuttal is like I said. So then that's when it comes down to one. It always comes down to faith because you never know, and then two, you doing your due diligence as far as truly vetting the person you decide to be with. Like I said in the beginning, when I demanded that from her, did she yell a little bit in the beginning? Yeah, that's only because she's accustomed to.
Right.
I can tell you as of right now, being two together, she doesn't yell no more.
Right.
We don't have that problem because she became accustomed to this new lifestyle, so to speak, this new way of handling things and issues.
And let me add on to that too, though. After childbirth, postpartum can step in too. So this is what needs to be communicated too. How would you deal with postpartum? Because a lot of times, really, that's a mental illness that transfer over physically. So that doesn't mean that she's trapping you. Sometimes a lot of people don't understand.
You didn't say postpartum.
Yeah, and it doesn't happen with every
You're
child.
right. I should have said that.
I got you.
But that messes with their personality. A person can attack, like postpartum can become depression, which can be them attacking you for no reason. The yelling thing, she can control herself now. She might not be able to control herself after that. You know what I'm saying? It's it's like, how do you deal with?
To answer your question, now I can only speak hypothetically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I really
it's always
rather have this
different until you
conversation.
get there. What's your baby due in February, guys? So you can holler at me in like April.
No, it ain't gonna be April. It's
April,
gonna
March.
be
But nonetheless,
summertime.
Right, summertime. Holler at me then. But
If you
nonetheless,
come outside.
But my thing is this. So, like I said, I pride myself being a man of understanding.
Right.
So if I know, and it's different if you don't know, but if I know, okay, my baby's dealing with postpartum, I won't take anything personal. No matter how hurtful it is.
Because that's a mental illness.
Listen, I am very good.
Sure.
And I've always been good at this, at compartmentalizing my emotions. Which is why I'm able to, even when I'm mad, I'm still able to talk to her in this calm way. Because even though I'm mad, I'm good at compartmentalizing how I'm feeling. So I don't have to yell and talk crazy to you because I'm erratic with my emotions. No, I know exactly how I feel. So I'm mad as hell, but I can talk calm like this and calmly explain to you why I'm mad as hell and why I want to punch you in the mouth right now. Like I can do that, so I'm very good. So I know she got postpartum. I know how to separate my feelings and know this is not personal.
Right.
So I'm
gonna do
my best to appease you any way I can. Whether that means massages. My baby like to eat. Well, that means cooking you meals. so you happy, take the child from you so you get a break to sleep, whatever. Call my mama so she can help out. Whatever I can try to do to calm the situation, I'm willing to do it because I understand two things. One, it's not her fault. And two, this happened by her bearing my child. Right. Mm-hmm. So how dare
That's what I was looking for.
Not be able to try to handle that.
That was the accountability I was looking for. That postpartum is shared weight.
It's shared weight.
But the good thing, the thing that I'm gonna say to you is, it's a good thing we having this conversation. Right. Because if you ain't never went through it, you won't know that.
Right, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Because when I went through it, I didn't know that's what it was.
Right.
All I thought was I was being attacked. I just thought this person that I knew that was like this had a kid, and now you like this. It's like you see a total different person. You don't. I never dealt with mental illness before that, or depression, or anything, and I didn't know how real postpartum was. So you won't know. Unless you had this conversation with somebody before, you won't even know what you going through. You'll just be like, wait, is this you?
I just want to say that's what I bring to the table for those who ask.
No, that's real. No, that's real. Postpartum is very, very real.
I'm a very understanding person as well, but when something comes out of the blue, I don't understand that.
Right.
You can't just one day just start flipping.
But that's why I asked.
And I don't like, but she didn't even know I don't.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
Right,
it's like you. It's just yo. I got this kid. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's why I think, and that's because I think it's hard for us to comprehend that transition of what we're going through. We were just speaking about this the other day of not realizing you're carrying a whole human being inside of your body.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A whole person is living, eating from you. Here's the thing. And then not only more than from the man, it is attached to our umbilical cord. It's getting life from us. So it's taking our life. So this is what I don't think most people don't understand. It's taking our life. It's getting our food, our nutrients, our minerals, our value. You extra depleted, you extra tired. It's pulling the life from the woman. You understand what I'm saying? kind of like his father, just sucking the life out. It's like, no, I'm not. Oh, wait, I had to get you over there.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
No, I was speaking off of Dr. Bay over there.
Nah, that was funny.
But no,
Mom let me up to that, but
like,
it's,
even right
it's
now,
amazing.
I can say, like, my lady, she's annoyed with me at this point. Because literally every day I'm asking her, how you feeling? You good? She's like, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. Stop asking me. Like, leave me alone. Like, she getting annoyed with me. Because, like, I want to know, like, what's up? Or if you're going through it, I get mad at her.
I went through the same thing with my husband.
I get mad at her.
Stop asking me all these questions. Like, and see, this is where I don't think, another thing, and back to the desire of men and women want the same thing. Because we're in an emotional, weak state, our strength is challenged. So we feel that. It's not, because we're feminine. Because remember, in our nature, you have masculine and feminine energy in you, and so do I.
Yeah.
So in my nature,
Now.
I'm still feeling weak.
Yeah.
So it's like, stop asking me. Stop doing it. Stop. I'll let you know when I need you.
When I need you.
But it's just,
you know what I mean?
For me personally, it's just a point of, like, I want you to know, like, because I know, like,
yes.
you know.
She said, not caring, excuse me, growing a whole brain, heart, lungs, takes everything, doesn't get replaced.
It does, and that's why.
Shout out to all the moms
and that's
out
why
there.
I ask so much. Cause I want her to understand that you're not in this alone. I get mad at y'all couple of times. I'm pregnant. No, nigga, we pregnant. You get pregnant. You goddamn self. We pregnant.
Right.
Like, I may not feel it directly, but I feel it through you.
Feel it.
Cause best believe, when my daughter is irking her, she irking me. So I still feel it. Like, when she getting your nerves, you getting my nerves.
Yeah,
so
we're just looking at the over our stint because
like,
your body is consistently irritating your whole life.
Yeah, I had the opposite attitude because I was sitting there.
No, when she get hungry, that's my money I gotta spend. So
I'm
we
coming
pregnant.
home and it's just like more on top. It was just a lot on top of a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
At that time.
Listen,
But
it's
you know.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Last question for everybody and for all of everybody on the live.
10 minutes.
Right? Give me 4 top weaknesses of men and women. 4 weaknesses.
I don't want to be vulgar, but
And it has to be
for women,
neutral.
For women,
women and men.
all right, weakness.
Like they both share.
They both
Penis,
share.
oh my God.
But it could be let's separate it.
Okay.
According to men and then women. Because y'all swear something different. But go ahead.
No, for me it's the same.
Okay, what is it? Weakness. Give me your top 4 weaknesses.
Ego, pride, erratic emotionally, or emotionally immature, or lack of emotional intelligence. I'll say that.
Okay, wait. Let's do it like this since you have so many. Give me one. Top weakness. What's first? Men or women? Top weakness.
Ego.
Top weakness.
For women, it's attention.
I need Chase and somebody in the live. Emotional. Somebody in the live. Mom said women. I'm assuming that's for men, or it can be for women in these days. Anybody else? Top weakness that men and women share.
That they share?
Well, that they have top weakness. I believe mine's a share. Mine's a share because the only thing that's different. Me and my understanding is share because everything outside of our nature is right.
Men and women.
All right. So let me tell you the first one for mine. Let me tell you mine.
Let
Let me tell you my top weakness for men and women.
What's that?
It's the same.
Ignorance. That's number 1. That's before ego.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
You understand?
I could agree.
Hands down.
Ignorance.
Number 2.
Ego. All day.
Go to somebody else. Hold on.
Number 2. Anybody know number 2? Say it again.
Pride.
Okay. Number 2 would be ego.
I said ego.
I didn't say you didn't say it.
So you looked at me.
No,
You kept
that's okay.
asking.
I was waiting for number
I
3.
think desire is one of them.
Hey, desire is number 3.
I think so.
Desire is number 3.
That's a big weakness.
It is.
I need to be taking notes.
It's my daughter keep calling me.
Is she making one?
Go ahead.
I need to see it.
That's what. Anybody else? Last one. What that say?
Vulnerable and somebody said ignorance. They agree with you.
That's the top one.
So yeah, we had ignorance is number 1. Men and women outside of their nature. Ego. Desire. And then what's the 4th one? 4th one.
Would it be pride? No, pride is.
It ain't pride.
Emotion.
Pride is in there, but it's not 4.
You say emotions?
No.
So I can't think of that either way.
These are the 4 things that can destroy your whole being, your whole everything. They my top 4 anyway.
Say it again.
If we work on these 4 things in a relationship, we'd be bomb. And that's not in a relationship
So
as
what's
a man and woman.
greed?
Hey! Say it again. Say it again. Absolutely greed. Gluttony. Greed. Hey, that's it. Top 4. Ignorance. And that ignorance is broad. Ego, desire, gluttony, greed.
So let me ask y'all a
Those
question.
4.
Let me ask y'all a question.
And remember, you can ask the question that if we carry and work on those 4 things within ourselves before we even enter a relationship or train our children or whoever, because the key word in relationship is to relate. And we can remember that in any relationship, whether we husband or wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, it is relate. We have to relate in order for the relationship to work.
Fact.
Right? So when someone said accountability is definitely in there with pride and everything else. But 4, ignorance is number 1, because 1, if you know your value, if you know your worth, if you know all these other things and you're knowledgeable of it, all those other things won't take place.
Fact.
Right? Ego comes next, because our ego, that's men and women, boy. That ego, we allow to do some things. It's a false pretense of some things. Right? And then our desires get us in trouble when we're not realistic, one in our desires and what we want, and half of the time we want things that we can't even give.
Right.
We don't even possess the skill to do it. How dare you? At least go learn the skill. And then 4th, gluttony, we greedy.
Yeah.
We greedy.
Super greedy.
We're not satisfied with nothing. Then yes, pride, because I was told that was at a Tony Robbins lecture. Pride and ego live next door to each other, and they right down the street from broke. I was cracking up like, whoa. Yeah, so go ahead, Kevin. Question.
My question is, what is pride to y'all? 'Cause I had this argument the other day with my homeboy, and he talked about how we have to get rid of. I'm sorry, not pride, ego. We have to get rid of our ego. Like Tom, you can never.
Wait,
get rid
okay,
of the
back
ego.
up 1 second. What is ego to us or pride? You said
I
pride.
meant to say ego, not pride. I'm sorry. I was having an argument with my homeboy the other day, and I brought up a question, and he told me we have to get rid of our ego. Now, Tom, you can never get rid of your ego. You only maintain it.
I agree.
Because ego. So I'm gonna tell you what I think ego is. Ego, ego and emotion, they're pretty much the same thing.
Everybody has
ego is your guard dog to your emotions, because your ego is only activated when you feel like your emotions have been tried. That's
to an extent, but I agree.
So what's the extent?
No. I agree. When you lost me when you said pride and then you switched to ego.
I
I
never meant to
get
say
it
pride.
when he said
I was
that.
just
Yes,
reading pride.
but
That's why I said
everybody,
pride.
it's
I never
human
said pride.
nature to have an ego.
So ego's a protection for your emotions.
No, I won't say it's a protection for your emotions. Ego is a natural trait in every human being.
It is.
Right? It's a part of our spirit. How we feed our ego is what matters, because it can be nurtured in a positive way and it can be nurtured in a negative way. Negative, yes, it will guard your emotion.
Your ego can be a good thing, because ego can start from doing things that is beneath you, like stealing, robbing, so on and so forth. So it can be a good thing. I'm not arguing that point. My point is, your ego, 9 to 10, and actually my homeboys watching like that, we argued about this the other day. Your ego is activated when your emotions is being tried. Or this nigga just try to think I'm soft. You think I'm da-da-da.
Well, that's some people ego is activated by it.
The ego is a protection. You have to protect
to some
your
people,
emotion that just got hurt.
That depends on if a person suffer from emotional damage.
Most people do though.
But no, not a lot of people though. Some people can, because actually some people chose not to what.
Who don't suffer from emotional damage.
No, I know a lot of people do, and that's because I travel to a lot of lectures too. Because it's actually taught that another person should be able to sway your feelings and emotions.
I agree.
And it's that saying that never argue with a person who's not on your level, because from a distance, a person can't tell who's the fool. You just y'all look the same. Y'all look equal in the moment.
Exactly.
So at the same time, everybody don't suffer with emotional problems. So that could be when your ego. That's how your ego is triggered, because everybody's ego is triggered differently. For sure, everybody's ego is triggered differently.
Right.
What's your take on that? You can't feel ego, he said.
Yeah, I know.
Who is that?
That's my whole how I argued with the other day about this. That's
you can't feel it? You don't think you can feel it? You can feel it if somebody trying it.
Exactly.
But you can feel it if somebody trying it.
When you left, that's what me and Derek got into arguing about it.
Yeah. Well, I beg to differ. I think you can feel the ego the same way a person can feel your anger and your rage.
Right.
You can feel ego.
You can feel ego. Because the person, you can feel the ego, you can feel the rage, you can feel anger, you can feel someone's happiness. You can feel it. You may not understand it, but you can feel it.
Okay, so quick, we got like 3 minutes left.
Sound is going. Sound is going.
Can you hear us?
Y'all back now.
Okay.
All right, we got like 3 minutes left. So quick question. Do you feel you can get rid of your ego? Or you can only maintain it.
No,
I feel you can only maintain it. You can never get rid of
your ego.
Well,
that's like when people say, "Oh, you shouldn't bring pride into a relationship." I don't believe that either. I don't believe you should ever have to let go.
Take pride in everything you do.
Right.
No, it's just how you nurture it. I don't know if you can get rid of your ego. I'm going to stand from that because that's out of my knowledge. To my understanding and what I know, no, you cannot get rid of it, but I wouldn't say that that's not possible. The same way, people say you can't kill energy, it can only be transferred. I don't know that because how we know in a different dimension, that's not even possible. On this plane, like we can't breathe and we in the plane and we go, we need different oxygen. There's no oxygen there. So I don't know that. But based off of here, I mean, nah, you can't kill it. It's a part of you.
I feel like I don't understand when people start putting negative meanings on ego and pride.
Well, because there's a lot of people that attribute it. When I say, can you kill it? I'm going to say, I would say no, right? Based off of that. But then I can say, because I believe people kill emotions. People don't feel. That's how they reacted. They start lacking empathy because of all the things they happen to them no more. Their feeling disappear. So if that can happen, who's to say that can happen also?
You got 1 minute. We got to go.
A fool is expected to be thought of as smart as long as he keeps his mouth shut.
You got a minute left. You got 30 seconds.
All right, well, we got a minute left, y'all. We want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to everybody on live. Thank you guys for participating. Tune in Thursday for our segment of Gentlemen-ish at 8 p.m.
Yes, ma'am. 8 p.m.
Where the fellas going in and talk that ish about all types of ish. All types of ish. God bless y'all.
Y'all have a good one.
Y'all have a good one. Yeah, you might be able to kill it if you can make it go numb. Maybe numb. I don't know. Well, that's not maintaining. Maintaining is keeping it that way once it's there. That's not maintaining it. Though.
I don't think of it with your ego because your ego is always going to be there. Because you always, as long as
you can ignore, like I said, you can ignore it.
As long as you have emotions, you have an ego. They go.
I'm agreeing.
Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now